One of the hottest and fastest growing product categories over the last couple of years has been action cameras. GoPro really kind of set the stage for that category, but Sony is also in that business. And to explain what Sony's doing in the action camera business, I have Karol from Sony to explain it. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, glad to be here.
This is something a little different. I've seen a lot of action cameras, but this is unique.
So we've been making the Sony Action Cam now for a couple years now, and we've been able to take the best of Sony's digital imaging technology and put it into here. So if you own an alpha camera and you love the low light performance it has, the stabilization that we have, the fantastic color that we can get, imagine that performance now in one of these point of view cameras. And these are amazing because you can bring them anywhere and everywhere. And we make action cameras from entry-level HD pieces all the way up to 4K, and we have 3 different models and every accessory that you can think of, so you can put it anywhere and everywhere.
Hold on, let me just digest this for a second. You're saying you have 4K action cameras?
Absolutely, right? Everything in the Sony booth is all about 4K, so of course we're going to have a 4K action cam.
And so, when we're talking about action, what kind of action are we talking about here? What can you do with this camera?
Well, anything and everything. So if you're into cycling, if you're into surfing, snowboarding, skiing, you name it, it's not just putting one of these on a selfie stick and being able to shoot. It's all about the accessories. And what Sony has done is we've made over 50 different accessories now that you can mount the cameras anywhere and everywhere. They work with all of our cameras, so there's no proprietary mounts or anything like that. It all works on the same one. And if we don't make the mount, we use a standard tripod thread. So you can pretty much MacGyver anything you can think of. So that's why a lot of people in the movie industry love using our gear, because if they can't find the mount, they can make it themselves and get some amazing footage.
I love how you use MacGyver as a verb. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
For action cameras, image stabilization must be a big thing because there's a lot of action going on. What kind of technology is behind that?
Well, it's huge, and if you've ever known and used the Sony Handycam, for example, one of the things that we do really, really well is fantastic stabilization technology. So we have our steady shot technology in our action cams as well. So if you mount it on your bicycle, for example, on your handlebars, you're not going to get that Blair Witch effect when you're watching it. It's going to be smooth, crystal clear, no matter how fast you're going. Our stabilization is top-notch.
Okay, Karol, last 2 questions. What kind of memory is it? You have to put your own memory, or is there built-in memory, and how much is it going to go for?
So the cameras are going to start around the $250 range, going to go up to about $600 for the top-of-the-line 4K model. One of the actually really cool things we forgot to talk about is this little piece I have on here. This is a live view remote. And so all of our cameras have an option that can come with this remote. So you can either remove it, or it can be like on a wristband on a watch, because that's the big thing with these cameras is that sometimes you mount them, you don't know if it's straight or what. You can use now this wristband watch that we've had for a couple years, and this new model that's detachable, and you can make sure it's perfect, start and stop recording, and control up to 5 cameras at once. So if you got to mount it all over your car, you can trigger all 5 at once at one time. So if you're looking for one of these point of view cameras, you got to come see what we have to offer. We got everything you need to be able to get some amazing footage.
And the storage, is it built in, or do you have to put like a micro SD card in?
Use a micro SD card, so you're going to have to buy that separately. Battery life is tremendous. We use fantastic batteries on ours, so you're going to get double the battery life in comparison to what else is out there. So really, it's the full meal deal when you're looking at the Sony Action Cam.
So if you're in the market for an action camera, don't just think about GoPro. You got to check out Sony. They even got like a viewfinder that you can put on your wrist. Pretty cool stuff. Thanks, Karol.
Absolutely. Thank you.